The Ministry of Defence has looked at how it can improve the accommodation offer for service personnel to make it fairer and more flexible, whilst keeping it affordable for the MOD. Starting from September 2019, the MOD decided to pilot a new way of providing living accommodation to personnel and their families. The FAM pilot will test the new policy that has been developed, the way it's delivered to personnel, and what accommodation options they prefer. Working on the FAM pilot and engaging with service personnel, I felt that a brief introduction might help them understand better why FAM. So without further ado, let's investigate. Firstly, let me take you back in time to find out why the military even began to supply accommodation. Obviously, an invading army would be expected to build barracks to keep them safe. What possessed the military to supply housing to families? Well, in the 18th century, it was recognised that whilst the service person had a barrack roof over their head, they may be watching their families starve on the streets. Add to that the demands of constant movement, and the result was counterproductive to stable family life. And so an era of growth began. Now jump forward with me, and let's take part in a mini experiment. Take a look at these two accommodations. Which would you choose to live in? So now you're living in service family accommodation or single living accommodation, and get asked this question. If you could make this housing better, what would you want? You may ask for a bigger garden, nicer furniture, a little more room, somewhere to cook. All valid requests, but there's one small problem. In general, people don't think big enough. The great Henry Ford once said, if I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse. And it's true. It takes innovation to change things, not simply asking someone what they want. Like the last example, in general, people will ask for an improvement to what they already have, rather than something that doesn't exist. Now, what if you had these 4 types of accommodation to choose from? SFA, SLA, privately rented apartment in town, or buying a rather creepy log cabin in the woods. As before, choose which one you want to live in. And this is where FAM comes into the picture. With more options, it already feels different. What if you had all these types of accommodation to choose from? SFA, SLA, thatch, apartment, terrace, pink house. But how has it changed? You could buy and rent before FAM. In 2015, a group of people got together to create a plan, one that recognised the importance of what home meant to the service person, that understood the pressures of life in the military. They knew that the old model worked, but that it needed more than a faster horse to keep it in motion. Now, maybe none of these properties are up your street, but I'm guessing you're getting the picture. And so did FAM. They recognised that young people coming into the military wanted to live out with their friends, but the risk of rentals when you could be posted overnight was too great. But the family who have children that want to set up that forever home could do with a little financial help each month. The couple who've decided not to go down the aisle still deserve to step over the threshold of a new home together. Parents in the block who have their children over 80 nights should be supported to offer their child a bedroom of their own. Not only that, what those clever people back in 2015 also realised was that housing, like your car, should suit your needs. Do you need 4 bedrooms? Then FAM can get you a 4-bedroom house. Or because of your rank, are you stuck with a 5-bedroom house when you only want 2? Then FAM can get you into a 2-bedroom house. The FAM pilot can and will house you on your needs, not your rank. So how do you proceed? Because really, there are so many options. At FAM, we see it as a puzzle that needs a few twists and turns to find the perfect answer. And what we don't want is for you to sit at the computer reading JSPs and not moving forwards. The first thing you need to do is find out if you're eligible. So let's look at a few FAM steps that need to be taken before you get bogged under. Step 1. Are you a regular or FTR-SFC? Do you have 4 years in service, a valid UIN, and 12 months assignment or more at a FAM site? If you can answer yes to those, then let's look at Step 2. Step 2. Consider where you want to live. Your options under FAM will change if you live inside or outside of the 50-mile radius of your FAM pilot site. So before you make any decisions, why not take a look at how far FAM reaches? Step 3. SAC Enthusiastic informed me that FAM will give me a 10-bedroom house with a pool and Batman will do the moving. I'm sorry to say this is untrue, but in the past several months I've heard many versions of this from service personnel who tell me what they're entitled to. But let's look at another option. Corporal Negative told me I'm not entitled to FAM because, well, he isn't. This is just as harmful as me getting my hopes up that Batman would do the moving. So here's the best piece of FAM advice you could possibly receive. Callers, families, single-serving personnel, long-term relationships, parents in the block who have their children over 80 nights. Simply call. It's what we're here for. We want to help you start with the right information, not wasting your time, because at FAM, we believe in choice, we believe in making your home life the best it can possibly be, and we believe it starts with the desires of the service person. In 2015, a group of people got together and recognised the importance of home, and by how allowing service personnel to have the greatest home life possible, they would have the greatest work life possible. Win-win. And in the words of Sir Winston Churchill, we shape our homes, and then our homes shape us. So when you ask, why FAM? I would like to ask, why not? If you're interested in learning more, please get in touch and let us help you make the difference.